Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad Shema Yasharallah Yahweh Alahayanawa Yahweh Achad. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Bahasharo Hahakudash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect, those of GMSspiritwindLevi. Today I want to go into a topic entitled, well, I don't really have a title for this topic. I just know that we're really close, and we're really getting close to, World War III. It's like we're in the beginning phases of World War III. Some brothers, they always do current news and current events, and that's sort of their specialty. But, you read certain things, you watch certain videos, and we're very likely, it's very plausible that we're pretty much in the beginning phases of World War III. And at any given moment, something can trigger the actual, the reality that we are in World War III, okay? And when that happens, things are gonna pick up really fast. When they have these little planned terrorist attacks, or when it really pops off overseas, some of us brothers are up. All right, some of us brothers are going to get scooped up, and we're going to be in inquisition. All right, there's going to be certain narratives spread, certain propaganda about us. All right, about the hopefully lake. They're going to take videos and chop them up and make it seem like we said certain things that we did not say. That's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. They're gonna make it seem like we said certain things that we did not say to fulfill their propaganda about us, to spread the propaganda, to justify that we're the problem. Initially, according to the blueprint of World War III, based off Albert Pike's book, which was the Freemason, the enemy was gonna be Ishmael. The propaganda for World War III, the planned enemy was going to be Ishmael, all right? But they're going to put us in that. All right, it tells you in Revelation 12th chapter that the dragon's going to come after the elect, all right? Because his time is short, roughly paraphrasing. His time is short, and the dragon is going to come after the elect. And it's going to happen very swiftly, man. A lot of us, we're going to be in question, all right? A lot of us, I actually had a dream when I first came into the truth that I got scooped up in the beginning of World War III, and I was basically being tortured, and they had devices, a certain technology to make an effort to get the name of Yahweh Bahashim Habashai out of my mind, out of my head. They know how powerful that name is, and they had the technology to make an effort to get that name out of my mind, get this truth out of my mind. Okay? See, this thing we call a matrix, all right, Satan uses this matrix to really get the name out of your forehead. All right, most bug outs, most guys that fall out the truth, man, one thing that the Most High takes from them is their name. Now, you got certain men that they're no longer in camps, but they're still in the truth. All right, but you have other men who are actual bug outs, and one thing that the Most High takes from them is their name. But one thing that Esau Edom, I believe he's going to make an effort to take from certain brothers is their name. So some of us going to be detained, They're going to, while we're in detainment, we're going to be on the news, and they're going to take certain clips of us prophesizing, and they're going to make it seem like we said certain things that we didn't. All right? But the scripture says, he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. We got to partake in Yahweh Shai's hour of temptation, that final hour. We have to partake in that. Okay? I do a lot of self-development videos, but at the same time, the ultimate self-development is having faith. The ultimate self-development is just having faith, man. You know, when it really comes down to it, you know, just being mentally ready to get tried and having your mind, something that was talked about amongst the brothers was, you know, having an endurance mindset, you know, and just learning how to be patient when you hear certain things is about to happen, certain things is about to pop off. Just learning to be patient, because in its truth, we've always had moments where we thought it was going to pop off right then and there. And sometimes it was exciting, and to be honest, sometimes it could be a little scary, because it's the reality where if it's about to pop off, then we're going to be tried. And we're still in the flesh. But that's why we have the scriptures to comfort us, because the reality is, when it pops off, World War III pops off, that's one of the final prophecies. That means the kingdom of heaven is right around the corner, man. That means that the kingdom of heaven is right around the corner. You know? And that's pretty much the point, man. You know? But yeah, I mean, you weren't teaching on the highways and the byways at a camp all these years, and your local government have any intel on you. They have intel on you. They're already set up. Certain work vehicles or not work vehicles in your vicinity is probably undercover agents. You know, they already know we stay. You know, they have our phones tapped. You know, it's just certain groups of people that they're going to get when the stuff hits the fan. We're one of those groups. All right. You know, but the main thing is the elect. The main focus is the elect, because, and specifically Great Millstone and the affiliates, because we pushed their name and we never sold out. You can tell when a nigga sold out because they don't push the name. They don't talk about the RFID. They don't talk about martial law. They don't talk about, you know, they don't talk about those key things, man. They don't have a mindset that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, you know, because they basically have a seat with the Romans and they have perks. Because of 501c3 taxes, they have perks, man. But part of the stipulations to these perks, all right, is that you adulterate your doctrine, you water it down, man. All right? And we're not fucking wide open like that, and we're not walking around with fringes. We're not walking around with just identifiers saying we're the Israelites, because that's going to turn against you in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to turn against you when they put us up to be persecuted, man. You know? Real shit. But the light at the end of the tunnel is that when we do get tried, we know that salvation is right around the corner. So when, you know, we do get taken in by the local authorities, like Yahushua did, you will know that shit. And it must be here. That's a clear marker. You know? Just like if a military drop, once the military drop pops off, you know that's a clear marker. We're at the end. If you think time is flying now, you know it's going to speed up. Hey, when World War III really kicks off, man. You know? See? Like they say on a lot of athletes have a shirt that says, "No pain, no power." See, after the trials comes the deliverance. Hey, after the trials is going to come salvation. So after the pain is going to come the power, man. We're going to get power. And a lot of us are going to get raised up, because I had another dream, and this is before I came into the truth. And I don't know for sure, but I believe it's dealing with the concentration camps. But I had a dream I was in prison or I was detained. Then right at the last minute, man, I was escaping from the detainment center. But I might have been leaping over the wall or something, you know what I mean? Like I heard that sound like a buzzer, like something like an emergency button at the detainment center. But I believe I was escaping from that motherfucker. So hindsight, I might have had some type of spiritual power, man. Like, brothers gonna get raised up, man. Expect miracles. You know, the Most High didn't bring us all the way this far and to show us little miracles just for us to leave us. Even brothers who are gonna go out as martyrs, I have reason to believe, man, if you get beheaded, you might have an out-of-body experience. And I definitely speak as a man, but you might have an out-of-body experience, man, where you're watching yourself get beheaded. Like you're in the spirit, watching yourself get beheaded, man. You're watching that shit happen, man. You know, brothers might be in a detainment center, getting fed manna, getting fed food by angels, man. Our brothers gonna be in the fucking wilderness, man, and we're gonna have chariots leading us and guiding us, man. So get this matrix shit out your mind. Get this Babylonian shit out your mind. When you lose your job and you start panicking, I don't want to take the RFID, but I don't want to take the MOTB, but I don't want to lose my job. You know, you think we've been in the truth all these years to be all panicky? Give me a reason to quit, man. Give me a reason to walk out that bitch, man. All right, it's not natural to be in some fucking plant. And news flash, they're planning to replace us with robots anyway. So if this kingdom continues, man, Elon is planning to replace us with robots, man. Anyway, especially if you work in that blue collar industry, man. You have a government that doesn't have you in their best interest. They have profit in their best interest. So it's going to come to a point where, nigga, you're going to get squeezed out anyway. Hey, Matthew 6:33 says, roughly paraphrased, like, don't worry about what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink. I mean, don't worry about what you're going to eat or your clothes, because the Most High, he know you have need of these things. But shit, we're already worried about what we're going to eat, because most of the food poison. You're already looking on the ingredients, worried about what you eat. If you think about it, we're already starving because the food has no nutrients in it. So we're going through a slow death any fucking way, man. You know what I mean? We're going through a slow death anyway, man. So we're already in a state of deprivation, but it's just subtle. We're already in a state of necessity, man. But really, you've given yourself over to a job to pay some fucking bills. You're not working this job to get money. You really sold yourself over to this job. You've sold your happiness. You sold your peace of mind. You've sold your health over to this job in exchange for some money to pay bills. You see? You've given yourself over to this company in exchange to pay some fucking. It's a prison. I drove past a plant the other day, and it looked like a big fucking concentration camp. Where they had a certain event at the plant, to where it was like a Ferris wheel outside, and you could bring your kids out there, but it was right outside the big ass fucking facility. And I thought about a brother's lesson that he did about bread and circuses. And it was basically saying that, you know, the bread and circuses make you forget that you're a fucking slave. So here it is, you got this big ass facility that if you were to work in there, it'll feel like a fucking prison. But once a year, they're bringing like a little carnival and shit at this different event to get just to keep your morale up as a slave, man. You know? So if you're woke, you should hate this shit, man. But you understand that you're already starving, you're already suffering, man. It is that they give you the bread and circuses to keep your spirits up, so you won't rebel from this slavery, man. But if you're conscious and you've withdrawn from the matrix to a certain extent, you should be ready for your Lord and Savior to destroy this bitch, man. You can tell who's going to get destroyed by who loves this society the most. You can tell that Eve makes up a large portion of the 2/3 because she cleaves to the ideologies of this man. So-called black woman cleaves to the ideology of this man. You know what I mean? So you can tell who's gonna get destroyed in this bitch based off who basically adopted the philosophies of this man, and they've never repented from subscribing to the philosophies of Satan, man. They love it here, man. You could be a whore with all the perks. They love it here, man. You know? But now we're coming into the times of the hour of temptation, man. It's real shit, man. You know? But after the darkness, gonna come the light, man. And like I said, brothers gonna be in prisons. All right, brothers gonna be in prison because they refuse to get drafted. Brothers gonna be in prison because they're on a certain list where they're not gonna get drafted anyway. But we're gonna be in concentration camps, man. But expect miracles, man. And you're gonna be in your house with no fucking food because you didn't take the RFID. Or it's gonna be some Samuel Jackson unthinkable shit. But I was watching the Elder Apostle Gabar, a snippet of his video about your sons and daughters got the doughy eyes saying, "Dad, just take the RFID, just take it." And I was thinking about it like, damn, the Most High really gave you a family just to give up the family. Like it was like a simulated family. He gave you a family in Babylon just for the test. You know, the woman does what she does. You might have a woman that cooks and clean and all that, but ultimately he gave you that woman just to really be tested by that woman, man. He might have given you these kids and it was already a part of your script for those kids to betray you, man. Just be mindful. And it says in Sirach, beware of your own kids. It says that. It says beware of your own sons and daughters. So as I'm listening to the video that a brother did from Elder Apostle Gabar, he made a snippet of Elder Apostle Gabar's video. This is after Elder Apostle Gabar was walking and he did like a lesson, right? And he was talking about how you know, don't be surprised if your woman betray you. Don't be surprised if your sons and daughter betray you. And I would even say just your family in general. But I was like, man, really, when you came into this truth, when you was born in reincarnation, it was already predestined for you to go through certain things. Man, really, he gave you the woman to be tested. Like this woman, it's a chance that this is not the woman that's gonna be a part of Isaiah 4:1. This might be the woman that is here for your life to get tested. These sons that you might have right now, these sons and daughters, they might have been born just to test you for that main event in the story of your life. They might be here just to test you, man. Judas was here just to betray Yahushua. That was his lot. He came back in the reincarnation in this earth just to betray Yahushua. He didn't even want to do it. You see? He was here just to betray Yahushua. So some of us, man, our wives, our sons and daughters, they're here really just to betray us, man. And that's something that you should consider. Even if a woman, y'all, you know, divorced or y'all no longer together, she got all the info on you, man. So who's to say they're not already complying? Who's to say that they haven't already been approached, man? It is Esau's waiting to push that button. But that's something that we should consider, man. This is a Babylonian family. This is not, a lot of us don't have a real family, man. This is just a Babylonian family. It's kind of fake, man. And the Most High gave us the family for different reasons, but ultimately, this has already been written in the heavens that they were going to betray you, man. You should consider that before you get traumatized by it or shocked. You should consider it ahead of time. Like your mom, your dad, they've been thinking the whole time you were in some occult, and they've already been pampered by certain authorities to think, okay, your son is a part of this group. You know, he's been under the influence under a while, and you know, we're watching him, and we know he's probably not a bad person, but you know, they want them to be instrumental. They want your mom and your dad to be instrumental in helping you out by giving intel about the organization, man. You know, Esau's a motherfucking coward, man. So he's already approaching our people, our next of kin, man. He's already approaching people that we're related to. And who's to say he's not? And they just hadn't told us, bro. So he's already putting these chess pieces together. So when the shit hit the fan, he gonna pull that trigger. He's gonna know exactly what to do, exactly where to go. You know? Who's to say he hasn't already shown your woman a screenshot of them text messages of them other bras you fuck with, man, them other women you fuck with, man. It's a woman, man. You know? Women have a vindictive nature, man. But we gotta already consider those things. You know? Like everything that we have, it was really given to us to sustain us temporarily. But it's sort of a throwaway deal, man. This job, this car, and maybe even your family, man. You know? But that's pretty much the point. I'm at my destination, fortunately and unfortunately. So next time, shalom.